How UA sneakers saves my life and my financial. Until Nike fix this problem, I think UA sneakers is going to beat the market of reselling and Nike itself in the future. And it has to, if the problems are not fixed by Nike. My name is Vincent, and this is a short story of how I fall in love with a UA sneaker. I was born in a community where sneakers were so valuable to us, and each and everyone wanted to get pair of every released, but most of us in the high school was not able to cop a sneaker because we were jobless and just high school students. When I became a man at the age of 21 years, I was then able to buy myself every sneaker I love because I was working as a DJ and life were so good. But for the love I have for the sneakers, 30% of my salary goes to sneakers. I was okay with it until the boom, aka reselling business, began to grow so big that it's getting out of hands at this present time. Some people think sneakers that we wear are not more than just a utility to protect our feet and for fashion, but rather a work of art and an expression of who we are individuals. I kinda agree with that, but I am not comfortable with the actions towards that. Before I start my story, let me tell you something about this culture and how reselling is ruining sneaker companies and taken from innocent people who have passion for sneaker culture such as myself. The culture surrounding sneakers became popular in the mid-1980s with brands such as Nike, Adidas, and Reebok. Sneakers transformed into a symbol of status and changed the landscape of the industry forever. When the legendary Michael Jordan secured a contract to collaborate with Nike in 1984, it became the birth of Air Jordan, which I consider to be the grandfather of sneakers today. This was significant, and Jordan's sneakers created hype. Jordan was the best player in the NBA and therefore, consumers wanted to rock what he rocks. Jordan's sneaker brand became so successful that competitors such as Adidas and Reebok couldn't compete with the success of the Jordan brand. The influence of sneakers was growing into industries nobody had ever imagined. This is where the sneaker culture met the big business, aka the resale culture. Customers began camping outside of stores before the next release just to ensure they would be able to get their hands on the next pair of deadstock kick retail price. Sneakers are a reflection of who you want to be, who you believe you are, and where you come from, which I strongly agree. And sneakers reseller is simply a person who purchases limited pairs of deadstock sneakers and sells them for a profit to another consumer. To a sneakerhead, there is nothing better than a deadstock pair of limited release sneakers. If kept in the box, their value appreciates. The moment sneaker is worn, their value depreciates significantly. Aside from the monetary profit, was the thrill of going to great lengths to them. In the early 2000s reselling days, resellers began to use the internet to the advantage. I felt it was okay if someone can earn a few dollars on Jordan sneakers, which is iconic and deserve it, but all is getting wrong. In 2009, SneakerCon became the largest sneaker event to date. The event began in Nick and since then has expanded globally. The money in the resale market was booming at this time. Reseller were making an insane amount of profit from what is a hobby, in some cases, to the point where reselling provided enough to be a full-time job. Since the late 90s and 2000s, much has changed. The sneaker culture is still alive and well, but draining people who have a passion for sneakers but couldn't get a retail pair. Why I am saying this? Back to my story of why I prefer UA and will continue to wear them if things don't change and I keep getting big L on retail. Then I am not paying thousands of dollars to a reseller. That is crazy. Not at this time that I have a family to care for. I have option B. As a young DJ and one of the biggest from my community, it's my responsibility to rock a nice sneakers and hype beast, and I have loved sneakers ever since I was in high school. But as long as UA is getting better and reselling is growing, reselling is dead to me. And if Nike did not fix the problem, Hypebeast will be dead shortly since the UA is improving every day. On Friday night, 22 June 2018 at the club, doing my job as a DJ, all that I was thinking was the UNC Jordan 1 Off-White, which was to release the next day 23. Before then I have been getting L on sneaker release, so I was damn prepared to cop my pair of this UNC AJ1. But unfortunately, I couldn't get myself a pair, and that was heartbroken for me. I started searching online to pay a few dollars on top of the retail to a reseller, but the prices were insane. I had the money to buy, but I went deep in thought and realized it wasn't worth that asking price on a secondary market. A year later, 2019, after the first release, I was in my crib with my girlfriend and my babe boy when my friend guide Gideon pulls up. Guess what? He gifted me a UNC Off-White. That was the best day of my life. No, just kidding. The best day was when I first saw my child lol. Bro, are you actually gifting me this, or just a prank?
No, was not a prank.
I appreciated it so much that my best friend became my plug, getting me sneakers for a reasonable price. I was kinda surprised at how he got them, but I didn't care. All that I care about was the sneakers I love. Fast forward to early 2020, I wanted to change a few collections and I ended up listing some sneakers on the secondary market under retail price. I got a lot of comments and people thought it was UA, which I didn't know, but they could tell by the price. A buyer near my community was interested in buying the sneaker but wanted to come over and have a good look because most buyers was asking the same question, as it is legit or UA. I was kind of confused because I never buy UA and didn't know I was rocking in UA this whole time, which I haven't regretted. I didn't know much about UA. And God, the sneakers was damn good that no one spotted it to be fake or UA, and back in the days fakes wasn't that good and easy to point out. After a few days, the buyer showed up and brought a blacklight. Buyer, I want to legit check these sneakers before I can buy them. Me, okay, no problem, go ahead. After checking, buyer,
hey man, your sneakers are not legit, they are UA.
And he showed me some lines which you will not be able to see with your eye without the light.
I am sorry, I can't make a deal with you.
And he left. I was so disappointed and texted my friend right away to come over. When he got here, the buyer was already gone. Hey Gideon, what's good? I got some buyers for the sneaker and he says the sneakers are not legit. Were you aware the sneakers you sold to me wasn't legit? His explanation and examples were top-notch and sensible.
Vincent, how much did I sell the sneakers to you?
A little over retail.
Do you remember you were even willing to pay half price of what's on the resale market?
Yes.
Again, what made you want to buy it for half price of what on the resale market?
Because I needed the sneaker.
And it was looking legit.
Of course.
I tell you what, Vincent, I didn't want to cheat you. I value our friendship and I wanted you to understand how this resale market is ruining the sneaker culture, and I didn't want you to waste thousands on sneaker that I can get you identical or almost identical for less. I wanted to let you have a free mind of rocking in your sneakers. That is why I didn't want to let you know it was a UA.
Yes, I enjoy rocking in those, and no one was able to call me out.
This is what I am talking about. All this resale is just selfishness and self-benefit, and rocking in UA is just as fine as retail, if you don't have any doubt at the back of your head. We only feel shy in rocking in UA, but they have been better than before and have the same materials as the retail. That makes scammers sales UA to innocent people, which are some of the problems causing by our reselling. If you rock with no doubt and confidence, you will gain respect as who is rocking retail, and no one, I mean no one, can call you out. Shit is getting crazy and we wouldn't be a slave to the so-called reselling culture.
After that, we drove to a reseller store and I was having a Travis Jordan 1 on, so when we got there we compared it to the one at the store. I noticed those were 99% accurate. I returned home and later that night had a deep thought about all this UA and reselling. Then I realized UA makes sense, and if people will understand this, sooner or later reselling will reduce and people will be able to get their hands on the retail pairs. It's about time Nike has to produce more pairs, since the resellers are using software to cop all the sneakers. And if this problem still continues, then Nike has to give a max figure on how a reseller can sell a hype beast sneakers. And it shouldn't be more than $300, because sneakers are just meant to wear, not worship. People buy retail and scared to rock in, so what is the sense of buying those? Think about this deeply. See you in the next episode, when retail and UA will act if they were human being. If you like this content, like, subscribe, share and comment.